the root cause of our problems. We never won the Revolutionary War. Group of dots. Please read the attached Treaty of Paris 1783. Moreover, remember two undeniable truths. 1. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. 2. The sun never set on the British/Vatican Empire, and the song remains the same today. They control 80% of the world's courts, and 80% of the world's resources. Group of dots. Also, please know that the bar is the long arm of the Crown/Vatican, their associates and employers. We must quit chasing the symptoms, and address the root causes. The truth is the ABA/bar must go in its entirety, and a new justice system as envisioned by Justice Scalia and polished by us must be installed. See Scalia's majority opinion of the Supreme Court embedded below and attached hereto. We must unite as one and demand by public proclamation and referendum the dissolution of the godless satanic child-abusing mafia crime syndicate ABA/bar. We must install a government of by and for the people. This current regime is in fact a regime. Actually, it is in fact the greatest organized crime syndicate ever known to mankind. The ABA/bar and the parties are a network of dictatorships. See below. We are in fact a fascist nation operated by those with absolute power. Look closer. Group of dots. The following facts should wake up anyone who understands basic math. The US and all states are 100% controlled by judicial and political prostitutes, and the bar is the entity that has taken over. The bar controls all three branches of government. See below. 1. The ABA/bar has a 100% racketeering monopoly on justice. They control every court, every law. They control the entire judicial branch. 2. Up to 70% of all members of every Congress are bar members. So the bar has infiltrated the legislative branch. Up to 70%. 3. Barack Obama, a former bar member. Hillary, a bar member, so they have a lock on the executive branch. 4. Many governors are bar members. Are you starting to see a pattern? The evidence is blatant. 5. Adding icing to their mafia racketeering cake is the kicker of all. Group of dots. The bar controls all law enforcement/police, etc. Bar members control the FBI, the U.S. Marshals, the ATF, the DEA, the entire Department of Justice via bar member Loretta Lynch and Barack Obama. 6. And the final nail in our coffin is that the bar controls every sheriff in almost every country via bar members called the DA, a bar member. When one takes a bird's-eye view of their insidious work, they will realize such infiltration started in 1783 at the signing of the Treaty of Paris. In essence, the US and all states are controlled by the bar via a network of dictators. Again, never forget that absolute power corrupts absolutely. Group of dots. Right? 1. Why does one person has absolute power of a county's police force? The sheriff, one person controls all deputies. This is insanity. There must be the people's branch, or at the very least a board of trustees. So there is one dictator with absolute power who answer to another dictator, the DA, and oh, by the way, they are generally members of the same party. Sieg Heil the party. Their loyalty is to the party. 2. The DA is a devout bar member who controls the sheriff, and he or she answers to the AG, a bar member who has absolute power, who answers to the governor, a bar member who has absolute veto power and executive order power. Note: each of these positions are held by one person. This is insanity. Never should we the people give such power to any one person, any one being. The time is now. We must organize as one and take the head from the beast. No more dealing with the symptoms of the real problem. There is a solution. The United States Supreme Court has suggested that we the people have the right to manage the government via the People's Branch, a fourth branch of the government. The Supreme Court realized that the government was already corrupted and that it would only get worse. They realized that only the people via the grand jury by way of the People's Branch of government can save our country. The Supreme Court's ruling giving we the people the right to manage our corrupt government The following is the majority opinion of the United States Supreme Court written by Judge Antonin Scalia. The people are the fourth branch via grand juries. The grand jury is mentioned in the Bill of Rights, but not in the body of the Constitution. It has not been textually assigned, therefore, to any of the branches described in the first three articles. It is a constitutional fixture in its own right. In fact, the whole theory of its function is that it belongs to no branch of the institutional government, serving as a kind of buffer or referee between the government and the people. United States v. Williams, 1992. Our situation. We are occupied and controlled by lost souls, evil beings that worship money and power. These days were foretold. Group of dots. Most of you know that I am willing to do whatever it takes to defend us from these beings. I am a devout son of God, called in His service, a loving father, a U.S. Marine with an oath that I am willing to die. I have volunteered at NLA, I co-founded ASU, Americans Standing United and the People's Branch, etc. Group of dots. I have come to the conclusion that it is in fact a spiritual battle. Please see, Ephesians 6:10-18. I herewith ask God with all my heart and all my soul, and I ask for your prayers to help me and us to overcome these evil beings and lost souls with good. This is difficult for me. For these beings at a minimum belong in prison. After 4 years of tireless carnal efforts, I am convinced that overcoming evil with good is our only solution. Group of dots. God help us. The U.S. and all states are under complete control of judicial and political criminals that have prostituted themselves and their positions of trust. They are members or associates of the greatest organized crime syndicate ever known to mankind. They are bar members, attorneys, judges and politicians that comprise up to 70% of our so-called elected representatives. The bar controls the entire U.S. Wake up. Prepare for a living hell, for we the people allow these beings to set up mini dictatorships, that is district attorneys, sheriffs, the godless bar, and the parties. They have sold their souls and they have sold us out to the highest bidder. In essence, the U.S. and all states are, as the Bible refers to the U.S., the great prostitute, also known as the new whore of Babylon. And we are to blame. Wake up. I am Greg Todd, a blessed son of God. Not because I choose him, but because he chose me. Imagine that. I am a loving father, a USMC and a patriot. Only we the people united in one voice, as in Jericho, and with the help of God himself, can save us and the U.S. Group of dots. Revelation 17. Babylon, the prostitute on the beast. 17. One of the 7 angels who had the 7 bowls came and said to me, Come, I will show you the punishment of the great prostitute, who sits by many waters. 2. With her the kings of the earth committed adultery, and the inhabitants of the earth were intoxicated with the wine of her adulteries. Babylon the Great, the mother of prostitutes, and of the abominations of the earth. 6. I saw that the woman was drunk with the blood of God's holy people, the blood of those who bore testimony to Jesus.